What's up, everyone? This is FP Sticks bringing you some Go Battle League battles. These are some of my first battles in the Go Battle League. I believe we have 10 matches here. The team that I'm going to be using in all of these battles, very solid team, very meta team. Nothing really spicy at all about this, but it consists of Registeel, Altaria, and Azumarill. These three Pokemon are very highly rated on PvPoke's tier list for Open Great League, and they really do a good job at covering each other's weaknesses. Registeel is going to be a little bit of an investment unlocking that secondary charge move because it is a legendary Pokemon. It's going to cost 100,000 Stardust. And Altaria and Azumarill are really great picks. So this is the line of three that I ran with for all of these battles here, and we can kind of see how these play out. My first thoughts on the Go Battle League: I think it's awesome that Niantic finally implemented this feature into Pokemon Go, and hopefully this brings more people into the land of PvP, because we always are looking for more people to join PvP. The bigger the tournaments, the better, and the more people that enjoy battling, like the more fun that this game is going to be. So hopefully this feature really encourages some people to get out there and maybe even start attending some of these tournaments. The only concern I have about the Go Battle League, well, I have a couple of concerns. My main one is that if it is always going to be blind battles where you don't see your opponent's team, it's going to get so boring and so stale because everyone's just going to keep bringing in the same like 10 Pokemon that are the best in this Open Great League. And it takes away one of the major fundamental aspects that made the Sylph tournaments so enjoyable, and that's reading your opponent's team and trying to decipher what line of three you're going to bring in from that. That requires a special skill set and knowledge of knowing matchups that really influences what Pokemon you bring into battle. And it's a really fun aspect of tournaments that people, study and put in the time to learn these matchups. And if we're just kind of always going to be doing blind battles, I know me personally, I'm going to get pretty bored of it pretty fast. And just doing these battles using the same line of three the whole time, I was getting a little bored towards the end of it. It is exciting in the fact that you get rewards like based on how much you win and you climb your rank and everything. After these battles, I did eventually start to use other lines of three, but I knew that this line of three was just so solid, and especially when every battle that you do is being recorded on your win-loss record, I was kind of going try hard for all of this stuff. But it definitely seems fun. I love the Stardust rewards, and I really love the Charge TM rewards for the premium line of the Go Battle League. So let's kind of see what's going on here. I got my Azumarill against the Defense Deoxys. Defense Deoxys is an amazing pick for Go Battle League, for the Great League. But now that Psycho Boost has this debuff effect after you use it, I'm actually kind of questioning whether or not you should even run Psycho Boost on Defense Deoxys anyways. I could definitely see some merit in just running Rock Slide and Thunderbolt. I'm not a huge fan of charge moves that absolutely debuff you after you use them. That's either going to require you to switch out of that matchup or just accept the fact that you're going to be like crazy debuffed. I bring in my Altaria on their Altaria there and Dragon Breath it down. Out comes Defense Deoxys. I'm able to Dragon Breath that down as well. And Poliwrath is a good response to Altaria, but not when shields are down and not when I have an energy advantage like that. Sky Attack is going to do a lot of damage. I still have a shield, and I should be able to Dragon Breath down this Poliwrath. They go for Power Up Punch. Good bait, but the game's over anyways. I believe that's the second match there. So I have two sets of 5 in here. Looks like the next battle is against 360 Zangief Go. Something like that. It's always funny seeing people's names. Alright, Registeel against Tropius. This is a good matchup for me. They switch into Sableye. I'm going to farm up some extra energy and then switch into my Altaria. I also could have swapped into my Azumarill, and actually that would have been a smarter decision because they have the Tropius in the back, and I do not want my Azumarill lined up with their Tropius, especially because during this point in time my Azumarill was running Play Rough and Hydro Pump. Even though I believe that's the recommended moveset on PV Poke, I need Ice Beam on my Azumarill. Especially for that Tropius matchup and the Altaria matchup, it's just nice to have that nuke potential that's going to hit them for double super effective. So, kind of a mistake on my end. I should have swapped in my Azumarill onto this Sableye and then just wailed on it with Play Roughs. Out comes the Tropius. Luckily, I still have Registeel and a shield. This Flash Cannon is going to hit for very strong neutral damage. The thing with Registeel is that all your damage is being dealt from its charge moves. The fast move of Lock On, really amazing for energy generation, but you're doing hardly any damage. So it's kind of nice to pair Registeel up with a Pokemon that you know can burn shields really quickly. Maybe like an Alolan Raichu. I know Valor Ash was talking about Volt Switch Alolan Raichu now is crazy legit because Volt Switch is just like a busted move now. It's so good. Or maybe Haunter also has the capability of burning shields really fast. And then Registeel in the closing scenario really can shine. Or if you have a shield advantage, it can definitely shine. Out comes that Tropius again, and this is exactly what I was talking about. If I had Ice Beam here, would have been able to easily rip that off. But now my Registeel has a lot of work to do here. I'm going to resist everything that the Tropius throws at me, which is really good. But this is going to add up. I'm pretty sure they have their Registeel in the back that's very low health, if I remember correctly. So I need to exit this matchup with some stored energy. I'm okay tanking whatever this is, but I need to make sure that I have some stored energy coming out of this matchup to dump onto their Registeel. So I'm over farming. Lock On generates energy so fast that you don't want to farm up so much because you can't store back-to-back flash cannons anyways. And I'm barely able to get this flash cannon off on the Registeel, and this is going to be able to take it out. That was a very close match. Holy cow. You can see my battle card there on the left. I currently have 22 wins out of 25 battles, so it's okay. It's pretty decent. When you're doing these blind battles, man, it's just total chance as to whether or not you're going to win the match based on what line of Pokemon you bring in, because it's totally randomized and you have no idea what's going on. So honestly, I'm not going to really read into people's win-loss ratios on the Go Battle League very much. I'm way more interested in my Silph ranking and other people's Silph rankings because I love the Silph tournaments. They allow you to use all the knowledge that you learn on matchups and reading teams. And so if you're new to PvP and you've only done the Go Battle League, enjoy the Go Battle League, get some good mileage out of it. But definitely start checking out some of the Silph tournaments. That's really where the hardcore PvPers and battlers go. And it's always a lot of fun getting together with a bunch of people that are passionate about Pokemon Go and battling. And so definitely try to check out some of those Silph tournaments there. I bring in my Registeel against the Hypno. If the Hypno was running Focus Blast, I would need to look out for that. But they bring in their Meganium. I cannot bring in my Azumarill to this Meganium, especially since I don't have Ice Beam. So Registeel with 2 shields, this thing has got a lot of work to do. I do need to watch out for the Earthquake from Meganium. I get the last shield there, really good for me. Flash Cannon's not going to one-shot Meganium. Meganium is very bulky, and Registeel has a really poopy attack stat. Very bulky, but man, even these massive charge moves that are going through aren't doing an insane amount of damage. I guess it does do a decent chunk there, but still. Registeel's not known for its attack. It's definitely known for its bulk. I can survive these Frenzy Plants. I am resisting it. I overfarm just a little bit, and then I'm going to throw the flash cannon again. Always trying to leave these matchups with a little bit of stored energy. There's the Hypno. I'm able to get this flash cannon off on the Hypno, which is really good for me. Gonna take it out, and that solidifies me my 4th match. Good games. Looks like I'm against Batman, wearing a cool Eevee hat. I got randomly matched up against Pokey AK today, which was really cool. If you haven't checked out his latest video, our battle was actually featured in there, and it was crazy close. Crazy close. I was barely able to win that, but really fun going against a really tough battler, and we get some lag here. This is one thing you're going to see, hopefully not super frequently in the Go Battle League, but lag. There's nothing you can do about it. In a tournament scenario, you'd be able to communicate with your opponent and you could restart the match, but man, everyone is in here, they're trying to get a win out of it, and so some people are going to try to get a win by whatever means necessary. If you see your opponent lagging, they just keep attacking. Look at this. I'm continuously tapping. My Pokemon's not doing anything. And then I finally come back, and all this health is gone, and now all these charge moves are going to be thrown at me. I get hit by a solar beam. Holy crap. Out comes the Lapras again. And this just really sucks for me, because he was able to farm up a lot of energy. There's nothing I could do about it. I just have to sit there and lag the whole time. Even here, I'm lagging. I did not want to bring in Registeel, but it lagged and randomly brought it in. Totally frozen again. This Lapras is still farming energy. And it didn't even register my shield because it was lagging so bad. I am still lagging. I'm still lagging. Gonna try to get this Focus Blast off. Lagged on the charge move. It goes through. Out comes the Venusaur. Luckily, I'm going to be resisting these attacks. But I have a major uphill battle ahead of me because of all this lag. My opponent got all this free energy, all this free damage, all this shield pressure, and there's nothing I could do about it. Super frustrating. I get the last shield there. I need this Venusaur gone, though, because I have a Azumarill in the back. Thank goodness they dumped their energy on my Registeel. And again, I don't have Ice Beam on my Azumarill, so this is really not good. I'm going to have to shield this up and then try to hit this Play Rough as quickly as possible. Because a Frenzy Plant, I'm pretty sure is going to one-shot me. Even though I'm very bulky, Frenzy Plant is just such a great move. I'm able to take out the Venusaur. In the back is a Whiscash. I need to land this Hydro Pump as quickly as possible. But a flurry of Mud Bombs are going to be coming my way. This is going to be a crazy close end to this match. Able to get the Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump is a very good energy efficient move. I get Stab on it. It does a lot of damage. Oh boy. I believe he's going to need 2 Mud Bombs to take me out here. He goes for Blizzard though, so that was the big mistake. If they would have went for double Mud Bomb, I'm pretty sure they would have had this game because Blizzard was resisted there. So I'm barely able to take that, and we almost timed out there. What a frustrating match. I'm currently 5-0 though in this video, so that's pretty good. At this point I was rank 4, so these battles were getting a lot more challenging. I believe I take a loss here actually. Defense Deoxys really gave my team a lot of trouble. Defense Deoxys has such an amazing move pool with Rock Slide, Thunderbolt, and Psycho Boost. The coverage is just amazing. I know his Rock Slide is going to hit my Altaria for super effective. If he's running Thunderbolt, which he is right there, it's going to hit my Azumarill for super effective. So I need to watch out. I need to get this Defense Deoxys off the field right now. Their counter damage is hitting me for super effective right now. I bring in my Altaria. And that is matched with an Azumarill. Really bad. I got my Azumarill switch locked here. Or I got my Altaria switch locked against an Azumarill, which is just really crappy. Azumarill is an absolute wall to Altaria. Sure, the Sky attacks are going to chip away a little bit, but that Ice Beam is double super effective, and now they can even bubble me down, honestly, and just commit to farming down. So I'm in a very bad scenario. Got my Altaria switch locked. Kind of a stupid move on my part, switching out my Registeel in that lead scenario. Because now this is a loaded Azumarill. I bring back in my Registeel. This wasn't the smartest move either. I know I'm going to resist the Ice Beam. They have a Lowland Marowak in the back, so luckily my Azumarill is going to have a positive matchup against this thing. But it is going to resist my Play Rough, so I need to land a Hydro Pump on it. The Shadow Balls hit me for a lot of damage. I'm going to go for a Play Rough Shield Bait here, hoping that I'm going to get this last shield. I don't get it, though. They stick to their guns and do not shield. Not good for me. Oh, man, not good. I have to shield this up. It is a Shadow Ball, but I'm anticipating that Defense Deoxys to have a loaded Thunderbolt. And right there, I was clicking on the Play Rough, but the Defense Deoxys got the Thunderbolt off first, which is pretty odd. Does Deoxys have a higher attack stat than Azumarill? Maybe. Oh, man, but I lost the CMP tie there, and it was really bad. And so I lose that match. Kind of a dumb mistake on my part, swapping out the lead when I didn't necessarily have to. Let's see how these battles go. Registeel lead again. It is a shiny Registeel as well. I like the shiny Registeel. That's a cool color. Green is definitely my favorite color, if you couldn't tell by the green Simi-Sage I got going on down there. And so anytime I can flex a green shiny, it's pretty great. Honestly, now that Niantic has implemented these CMP changes, CMP stands for Charge Move Priority. If that's a new term for you, essentially it just means when both people have a charge move ready and they both click the button at the same time, the game now lets the Pokemon who has the higher attack stat throw their charge move first. In the past, it was totally randomized, and this caused some very frustrating scenarios. But now you can actually rely on the CMP, which is really great. Here's a scenario right here where I see that my opponent's lagging. And so I stop attacking, but sometimes my phone will also do this thing where if I'm not attacking, and then if I attack again, it'll register that I was lagging and do like a really weird thing. So that's why I'm like every now and then tapping one fast move to see if it is indeed lag. But at this point, I'm pretty sure that my opponent just rage quit. So just going to have to play this out. I shouldn't have included this match because this is going to take so long because my opponent just like either lagged out or rage quit. Who knows? But I don't want to back out of this matchup because then it's most likely going to count as a loss for me. So I just got to sit here and play it out. Another line of three that I feel like was fairly solid was Skarmory, Swampert, and Registeel. Registeel is pretty fun to use. I'm not the biggest fan of Pokemon where their fast moves do hardly any damage and you have to rely on the charge moves. I tend to like Pokemon that are kind of somewhere in the middle where the fast move still does a decent amount of damage, especially when it's hitting for super effective. And then the charge moves give you decent coverage. Registeel's charge moves are pretty nice. That Focus Blast can hit the other tanks for super effective. And the Flash Cannon is a great move. It gets stab. I thought he finally stopped lagging there because I saw the Mamoswine do like a little head movement. But nope, it was just the Mamoswine sitting here. This thing's going to get one shot by a Hydro Pump. I feel so bad in this scenario, but you got to play it out. You can't just take the loss. So apologies to whoever my opponent was there. Going up against Kitorold J. Got some cool names in the Go Battle League. Registeel against Altaria. This is a favorable matchup for me. I am going to resist all of Altaria's moves. And I can just go straight Flash Cannon. You can see I'm always over farming anytime before I throw my charge move. And that's just because if my opponent opts to switch out, I want to make sure that I have a little bit of residual energy on that Pokemon in case I have to store it in the back. So always over farming just a little bit. Oh, what a perfectly timed switch into their Registeel. Amazing switch. Now I know that my Azumarill is going to be able to handle their Altaria just fine. So I'm keeping my Registeel in here. And I shield up that Flash Cannon. They bait me with Flash Cannon. I might have been in Flash Cannon range, but this opponent is playing really well. I don't know how you time a switch like that against a Registeel, because that lock-on, how can you count the lock-on animations when there's all these crazy visuals flying by your face? But that was extremely impressive. I'm now going to bring out my Azumarill to fast move farm this thing down. I anticipate getting hit by another Flash Cannon. Here it is. But I don't know what he has in the back. And this is the thing with blind battles. You never really know what your opponent is going to have in the back. So I keep that shield. It's an Azumarill in the back. So my opponent ran the exact same line of 3 that I ran. But with a different lead. They led Altaria and I led my Registeel. I am going to go for the play ref here. And it does land. We both still have a shield left. So it looks like it's going to be my Altaria against their Altaria. But mine has more health, if I do believe. I shield up that play ref. I want to win out this scenario. Because I don't want my Altaria to be matched up against her Azumarill. That's not going to be good. Oh boy. Are they going to be able to bubble me down here? Ooh. Oh, I think this is where I take another loss. Because I play like an idiot. Okay, so they are running Ice Beam. I try to bring in my Altaria to farm this thing down. But I know I'm going to be hit with an Ice Beam. So now I'm like, okay, I really need to try to farm this thing down because I need to have stored energy for their Altaria in the back. It is not working. It is not working. This is bad. And then I try to go for this guy attack and it's too late anyways. Oh, that sucked. Well, my opponent ran the same line of 3. It's a very solid line. They just outplayed me. That switch into Registeel was amazing. Amazing switch. They either got really lucky or they have some next level fast move counting skills. I can't even see what this Pokemon is. What is that? A Lanoon. My Registeel, his big dome is blocking the Pokemon. So against Lanoon, I do need to watch out in case they are running Dig. That's going to hit me for super effective. But everything else, honestly, I'm totally fine with tanking. I went for the Flash Cannon there, I believe, to try to bait the shield, and I did get it. Now I'm just going straight Focus Blast because that's going to hit for super effective. They commit both shields here and have farmed up a ridiculous amount of energy. Maybe they're not running Shadow Claw here? I can't actually tell. What is Lanoon's other move? Like, is it Quick Attack or Tackle or some normal type move? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not as good as Shadow Claw, that's for sure. That energy generation was absolute crap. I have my Azumarill against a Charmeleon. I honestly don't need to shield anything here, and I can just bubble this thing down. Gonna resist it. So this is a very favorable matchup for me. It looks like they're running Fire Fang. Let's see what's in the back. I have a loaded Azumarill. Oh my goodness, it's a Plusle. Electric does not resist water, even though electric is super effective against water. So this Hydro Pump almost one-shots the Plusle. And I win that match. Oh man, that was brutal. With all 3 Pokemon and 2 shields remaining, that was a massacre there. Final match, Registeel against Persian. This is another favorable matchup for Registeel. Persian is most likely running Scratch as the fast move, which does a decent amount of damage, but not when I'm resisting the Scratch, and its energy generation is really not that good. They let the Flash Cannon go through, and I'm able to land another Flash Cannon before they can get off a charge move. I don't think Persian is top tier for the Go Battle League, just letting you guys know. Out comes Hariyama, but they also make a fast switch into Whiscash, and we get this invisible Pokemon glitch again. Whenever this happens, don't freak out. Just look in the top right-hand corner of your screen, and it'll say the Pokemon's name. So I know I'm going against a Whiscash. with Water Gun and Water Pulse. What is going on? So just a message to everyone out there who's just getting into Go Battle League. Just by having the correct Pokemon doesn't mean that you're going to do well. The moves that your Pokemon has are extremely important. Extremely important, because this matchup is now so totally in my favor, it's ridiculous. I'm resisting the Water Gun. I'm resisting the Water Pulse. They're running Water Pulse and Blizzard. I'm resisting everything that the Whiscash is throwing at me, versus if they had Mud Shot and Mud Bomb, which is the more recommended moveset, this would be a lot better. Out comes Hariyama. I do need to watch out for the Heavy Slam. It's also a shiny Hariyama. That's pretty cool. Heavy Slam's going to be hitting me for neutral damage. I'm going to resist the fighting type attacks. I let this go through. It's super power. It doesn't even take me out. Oh my gosh. And then they got debuffed from that. Here comes another Play Rough. Should be able to take out the Hariyama, yeah. So I'm able to take out that match. I went 8-10 in this little 10-round thing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do want to pump out some more Go Battle League videos, but maybe use some more exciting lines of 3. If you are new to PvP, keep grinding out those battles and improving. If you want to be on my friends list, head on over to my Patreon. The link will be in the description. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.